What's happening, troops? Today, what am I doing today? What are we up to today, eh? What are we up to today? Well, the three-phase connection is getting installed in one of our properties, and I'm going to go down to meet them to see what is going on, what's happening, decide where the meter goes. What's a three-phase? It's basically, we're doing 5 studios, 1 double ensuite on a property. There's a lot of juice going to be used in the property by the tenants, you know. A lot of power going to be used, so we're upgrading it from a single-phase connection to the house to a three-phase. So, if your property has to do that from the start, factor it into your costs, because hold my hands up, it's something we hadn't realized until halfway through the project, you know, like it's not something that's pretty common on a 5 studio, 1 double ensuite, but for this one specifically, because it's so big, then yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. So make sure when you're getting the build quote at the start, ask the builder, is this going to need a 3-phase connection? Or even when you're viewing a property, if you're like, this is going to be like 5 studios, 1 double ensuite, but big studios, we're going to have electric showers and stuff, then factor it into your cost. It's a few grand, depending on the area, depending on how much work needs done. They're going to dig up the road and whatnot. But booking more viewings today. Me and Michael, the other half of Think Property, is we've put together a wee competition. So we're both really competitive, right? And being competitive can be somewhat of a weakness, but we're using it as a strength, and we're going to compete against each other to find more deals and more clients. You just get a point for each. You get a point for each. If you get a sales call booked, Michael handles the sales call. If I find the client and I get a sales call booked, I get a point. If I get an offer accepted, I handle the property side of things, I get a point. Same vice versa. Offer accepted, sales call booked, boom, done, dusted. And, Laurie's putting his hazard lights on. And then we're going to use that. We're really competitive, man. That's just the way it needs to be, you know? We're going to compete against each other. Ultimately, it helps us both. Ultimately, it benefits the business. But gamify it. Make it fun. You know? It's kind of the way forward. But, what else is there? The last thing I want to talk about and annoy you with is yesterday I had a really low productive, low mental health crap day, which is kind of why I didn't have a video. So yesterday was Monday and I just had a crap day, and it was because I fucking stayed at home. I stayed at home. I didn't get out. Like, I didn't go out in the field and do stuff, even if it means just going into coffee shops and doing stuff. See, for me, working from home destroys me. It completely fucking destroys me. And I finally identified that as a pattern. Like, about 3 or 4 times I felt like that this year. And ultimately, it lands on the days that I'm working from home. And I'm not out, I'm not about, I'm not doing stuff. Not out in the fucking sun, you know? So I'm out, and I'm going to fucking stay out. I'm going to book some viewings. I'm going to call some agents, look for properties, show you what I'm looking for, and find some investors. Yeah. Listen, hands-free deal packaging clients. If you want to be one, if you know someone, just comment below. Just fill out the form below, you know? And this is it, and that's that. Let's do this. Do you want to see a problem? Yeah. See that? That's a car. Why am I showing you a car? Basically, we want the 3-phase hole to be dug in preparation for it to be installed tomorrow. But a car has decided to park exactly where it is going. Exactly where the hole needs to be dug. Oh my fucking god. Never seen that car in my life. Don't know what's going on, but we can't move it. We've knocked on all the doors. We spoke to National Grid. They're just going to wait around and see if they can, see if it can move. Oh mate, you can see I'm exhausted because stupid shit like this. You wait ages to prepare for something, and it's stupid shit like this that fucking causes problems. A car you've never seen before, parked exactly where you need to be, like honestly. But I want to talk to you about this. This is where the consumer unit's going. Like, this is where the new meter's going. So boiler's going there. Consumer unit's going there, electric meter there, gas meter there. But the problem we have is we have a hallway here. Now, that's going to be the depth of the boiler. It's going to be a small cupboard, but is it going to intrude? That's what we need to find out. Find out the depth of the boiler. If it can't go there, can it go here? Then we just basically move over there, door swings open here, and we put it there. So what we're waiting for is, how deep is the boiler? And is it going to be aesthetically pleasing? But it solves problems. Why are we doing this? Basically, we were going to have it all in the basement, like all down there, gas meter down there, you know, tank down there. But then you'd have to fireboard everything, add in stairs to make it accessible, thousands of pounds worth of job. So take it all up here, put it there, kitchen's here, you know, this is where the kitchen is. That infill extension is going to happen. What the fuck? Comment if you know what that is. That's mental. Yeah, so that extension's getting putting further out. And the plant room, the big tank, when this infill extension is up to in line with there, it's going to be a plant room and it's going to be there. That might sound boring to you, but this is the only project we've had to do this on. 5 studios, 1 double ensuite. So if you're going to do something like that, take this all into consideration. And if you're like, oh, I want to leave the meter in the, you know, basement, take into consideration the cost of moving it versus the cost of fire rating like the whole basement. You may have to install stairs because we've had to do a lot of works downstairs for the structural repairs, so we can't use the already existing stairs. So you may need to install stairs. Factor that into the costs. You know, it's a lot, but learn off what I do, man. Learn off what I do and take into consideration. All right, Trips, I'm going to see if I can find some more properties, find some more clients, and deal with this shit because I need that car to move. Oh, God. All right, Trips, so I'm on my way to Project Dustpan. We are having the washing machine and dryer delivered. I'm going to let them in. They're from Curry's. It is, from my memory serves me, a 9 kilo one candy, 9 kilo each, you know. Both under £300, you know, it's kind of like the maximum that we'd go. But I've spoken to other HMO investors, and these are the ones that they use, and they've had no problems. They're very simple to use. Tenants find them easy to use because I'll be honest with you. It took me a wee while to learn how to use a fucking wash machine and dryer. I can run a business that's working on millions of pounds worth of properties, but see, when it comes to shit like that, your boy is dumb. Your boy's dumb. So I'm driving through a dodgy part of Derby, and I locked the doors. That's just the way it is. If you're from Derby, you know where I am. But yeah, right. Let's do that. I don't think I'm going to be able to film much of that, but there's ongoing problems today, and I really want to fucking talk about them. I've already talked about one, but there's more, and I want to hunt for properties. I want to show you me calling estate agents to see what's going on. Remember when I used to say viewing a day? We'll do a viewing a day, or book a viewing a day, or, you know, pre-qualified properties. Hey, I'm wanting to view this property, but my offer will be around the 140 mark, around the 160 mark, around the 110 mark. Do you think they'll be happy to accept that, or, you know, be thereabouts? Do you think they'd be okay with that? Is it worth me viewing? Because I've got to travel like an hour. And they'll be like, oh, you know what, they're wanting a lot more than that. We've already had offers around that number, and they're not getting accepted, so it's not worth your time. So sometimes it's worth doing that if you're doing long distance fucking viewings. But I'm already in the vicinity, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, all right, enough of me chatting shit. Let's see what's going on. I don't know where I'm going to be next for you, and yeah, cheers. See you in a bit. Put an offer in yesterday, got rejected, and they called me back today, so I want to know what's going on. Hey, how's it going? I had a missed call from you earlier.
What's your name?
Scott McPherson.
And what was your thoughts on the property?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I put an offer in yesterday, and it got rejected, so I was just wondering why I was getting a call back.
It's because we didn't make a note on the actual viewing.
Thanks. Bye. I good. Thought it was another counter offer, but nope. Yes, team, what is happening? Your boy's back home because a lot of problems came up. It's just the same old shit. But I want to show you something, right? This is what I use to track everything. I'm adding stuff to it right now, but see, when you complete on a project, you do these things, just tick it off, then 4 weeks out of completion, do these things. There are things I need to add to that, don't you worry. It's currently in creation. So you add, that's all 4 weeks out, tick. So I do that. And what I'm gonna do is add like a date to it. So, okay, if we have to schedule the work since it's all on time, then we can just basically put a date next to it, add it to my Google Calendar, so then it pops up automated in that sense. Post completion, bish bash bosh, and final admin. So obviously do utilities before that. You know what I mean? Like I am going to be changing stuff around. But the point of that is I want to automate it as much as possible. I want it to be out of my head because I don't want to have to constantly think, oh, have I done this? Have I done that? Have I done this? Have I done that? So the whole point of it is put it in there and then you tick it off, tick it off, tick it off. And then I put a comment down below. I instruct these people to do it on these dates, and then it's all out of my head. It's all in this system. Trello is amazing. It's free as well. It's free. Why not use it? And then, like I said before, what I would do is if I get the schedule of works, I'm like, okay, here's 4 weeks out. Then I would just add it to my calendar. Just add it to my calendar, and then it pops up. So that's one way to automate some things like towards the end of the build. So you'd have like just after get offer accepted, here's a checklist and here's what to do. And then, you know, throughout the conveyancing, like we have that throughout conveyancing. I'll show you. So week 1, I can't even see what you see. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you know, week 7, for example, down here, do that. You know what I mean? So it's good stuff to have week by week basis, and then post completion, and then getting ready for tenants. And then this is it, and that's that. Things don't always go that smoothly. I want to make that very clear. So you'll have this checklist, and this is what I'm going to do week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Things can be delayed. Things can speed up. So it's just a good way to like keep track of everything and put it in your calendar, and just, your brain is not made for storage, it's made for ideas. Just remember that, okay? Right, time to look for properties. All right, trips, let's see how I set this up. So this is property engine. You can see that there, but it's not too blurry. Hang on. All right, so over here to the left, I go about 2 bedrooms. We've never done a 1 bed. A 1 bed is never usually big enough. Property type, houses. Or you can do many other options. Semi-detached, terrace, that's usually the case, but I want to keep my eyes peeled. So, internal floor area, custom range. It has to be about minimum 70 square meters. 65 if we want to do like a, 5 bed. Actually, if I do that here, include no data, because some of them don't have any data and it's still good. So we've got 50 to 75 because you can do 5 beds. 0 to 50 is no use. And that's that. So go up here, asking price, minimum about 70. It's hard to get a mortgage on less than that. And after here, our clients, I'll put up to 200 because you might be able to find a property for 200. But it's like 150 square meters or 120 square meters or something. So the refurb is a lot less. Okay, keep your eyes peeled. Let's do this. Auction, excluding auction for the specific client. And Article 4. We don't want it to be in an Article 4 area. So exclude Article 4. And see on this property engine, you can move that there. Let's just say I'm going to look in, I don't know, I'll look in Manchester. We're not doing Manchester, but see that? Article 4, pretty gnarly stuff. And if you don't want one in Article 4, then that's it. You don't do it. It shows you the border. So I'm going to show you Nottingham, and I'll add on, what have I done? I'll add on, say, 1 mile radius, and I can show you a little strategy that you can do. So here, I've got it on, not in Article 4, so exclude Article 4. So if I zoom right in, you can see properties right on the border of Article 4. And if you hover over it, you can see the property right there. So right on Article 4. It can work as a good strategy doing it on the border of Article 4. However, that's not what we're doing, but it's just nice to have a map. Even you show Article 4, it's right there, and you could do it across the entire country. You know what I mean? You can see all these little pockets of Article 4, and you zoom in, and if your strategy is to do right on the border of Article 4, then you do this. And if your strategy is to do it inside Article 4, let me just see what we got going on here. Include. So these are the ones inside Article 4. You know, it's quite interesting. Depends. It helps with your strategy. However, we're not doing Arc 4, so I'm going to look for properties in a different area, and yeah, we'll do some calls, baby. Right, I'm just going to put an offer in on a property. Let's just get it done, shall we? I'll zoom out for you. Okay. Hiya, how you doing? I'm just calling about a property that I viewed last, I believe it was Friday. I submitted an offer yesterday morning, but I just want to do a revised offer because we're able to increase it just a little bit, if that's okay.
Alright, okay. What's your name?
Scott McPherson.
Scott. Alright, yeah, I've got your details here, Scott. I think you offered 130, is that right?
Yeah, we'd just like to increase it to 140.
We've got another 8 viewings booked in, so we might not get an answer straight away, but obviously we will we'll put that to her and we'll let you know what she comes back with. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. Right. Offer submitted, lots of viewings, popular area, popular kind of property, game's the game. I'm going to look for more properties, but it's boring. But there's just so many things popping up. So learn off my mistake. Block out time, put your phone on do not disturb, and fucking look for properties. If you're going to do a task, whether it's like video editing, looking for properties, cold messaging, cold calling, put your fucking phone on do not disturb and do it, because I have just had things coming up left, right, and centre, and I know they need done. But it's like it's getting in the way of other shit. Like the world isn't going to end if you wait half an hour to answer that email. Okay, this is me talking to myself now because I can't believe I've just been distracted that much. I'm going to do it. Then that's the end of this video. I'm so sorry. I promised I was going to look for properties. I did, but you saw an offer get submitted. That's something, right? I'm dragging the end out, right? Stop wasting your time. You got shit to do. Go fucking make your bed or something. See you tomorrow.